Joe Theismann and John Riggins played for the football team the last time they beat the Chiefs. Outscored Washington 21-0 in the second half. Season high 397 yards passing for Pat Mahomes, 32 of 47, 2 touchdowns. The 2 picks, though. Chiefs improved to 3-3. They're at the Titans next Sunday. Football team at the Packers. The Chiefs do cover the spread, 6.5, and the under hits. The over-under was set at 54. Here is Pat Mahomes after the win.
Well, Patrick, this game specific to the Chiefs had a much different tone at halftime. What flipped in that locker room that led to this type of win?
I think guys just dug down deep, man. We battled with adversity all year long, and that first half was exactly the same way. So we really just had to dig down deep, and guys came out and responded in that second half.
The score's one thing, but do you feel like this offense made significant improvements in the areas that you wanted to going into this game?
Yeah, I think it was we just stopped pressing. We stopped trying to do so much. If teams are going to play us deep, we got to throw it underneath. And we know that, and we want to stay attacking and doing stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we got to trust in our defense. We got to trust in running the football and play like we did in that second half and just play tight and play gritty.
Lastly, how do you fight frustration in game when it's obvious that it's there?
I think I have the support from everybody. I mean, the whole team, no one doubted me. I did that dumb interception that I fumbled and then threw an interception, and everybody just came back and says, you be you. You keep doing what you're doing. We believe in you, and I think you have guys like that, you can be great.
I appreciate the time, Patrick. See you in Nashville.
Yeah, thank you.
Pete, you heard it there. I mean, he says, you know, guys are telling him you be you, but I mean, he needs to start making some smarter decisions with the football.
But he has to be Patrick Mahomes, okay? He's got to be playing the way he always plays. The problem is the defense has been so bad, he's been pressing. And when your defense is, when you take the field every Sunday or Monday and you know your defense can't stop anybody, you press a little bit. Today, they played much better. And I think this might, aside from the bust on Ricky Seals-Jones, they were a better football team on defense. This might be the day, in fact, I'm going to say it, this is the day that the Kansas City Chiefs get themselves going again and become the Kansas City Chiefs.
All right, you heard it here. Pete says, Chiefs are going to hit their stride now. All right, well, let's talk about the Chiefs and the Washington football team, a game that you saw on CBS. So Washington retiring the number of Sean Taylor at the beginning of that. So, I mean, that was a nice moment there. But the Chiefs, I mean, I mean, Pete, you said it, you know, they're going to start rolling now. But in terms of what you've seen from Pat Mahomes, from this Chiefs offense, Jamie, is there any concern, or are you standing pat with what you've got right there? There was some concern at the end of the game with Kelsey. We don't really know what his status is.
He came back in the game, so he seems to be okay. You know, clearly that they can't lose any of their key guys. You know, you saw Tyreek Hill banged up a little bit with the quad injury. But go back to last week when the Bills were able to take away Travis Kelce and limit Tyreek Hill, and then you come back this week. It wasn't a dominant performance, but 8 for 99 for Kelce, 9 for 76 in the touchdown for Tyreek Hill. They haven't found the answer to their run game yet because Darrell Williams, while he was a great fantasy play today, 21 for 62. Pete, we were talking about this. When they had the lead and had to run it, they can't really run it on obvious situations. They thought Clyde Edwards-Helaire would be that guy. He hasn't been that guy. Now he's banged up. So they're still searching for an answer there. But as you see, they bounce back. Like Patrick Mahomes said, they bounce back from the turnovers. And I think the biggest takeaway from this is, and this is I'm sure what you're alluding to, the defense didn't get embarrassed. One play. When you take away the Ricky Seals-Jones touchdown, it's a great day for this defense. It's not the best offense. So again, not the best barometer of where this defense is at, but strides. And you're looking for strides from this team.
Yeah, and let's not forget on the offensive side of the ball, too, it's an entirely new offensive line. And they have a bunch of kids on that. And they've played well. I mean, Creed Humphrey's played well at center. Smith has played well at right guard. But they're a group that's kind of gelling together. It's going to take a little time. When we talk about the run game, to run block, you got to have unity and cohesion, and they haven't had that yet. So I think it'll come. That's why I said what I said before. I think this is the game that gets the Chiefs going.
Okay, what about the football team? What about where they're at?
Well, you talk about a team whose defense might be the biggest disappointment of any unit in the league.
Yeah.
I thought that defense would be good enough, especially the front four, with a chance to carry them to the postseason. That isn't happening. And now they're not eliminated by any stretch of the imagination. They're just not playing.
They're not making the playoffs.
No, they're not. I don't care who's. If Fitzpatrick was in there, they're not making the playoffs. They're just not good enough on defense. They give up a ton of busts in the secondary, and they haven't rushed the passer the way I thought they would.
And we had Jason Lockenfora reporting last week, I believe it was, that Fitzpatrick can be back in week 7 from the hip injury. Not guaranteed, but could be back. But some in the organization, according to JLC, wanted to stick with Heineke. After this performance, this game wasn't on him. 24 of 39, 182, under 5 yards per attempt. 5 yards per completion, excuse me. 1 touchdown. The interception was really crazy, just the way that unfolded, bouncing off the defensive lineman's hands and pinning it on the helmet. But
yeah. Great play.
This was not the game for him to establish himself as the starter. They can easily go back to Fitzpatrick now and try and save their season.
I'm trying to see if Terry McLaurin did play today.
He did. Not very well, but he played.
What his line was in that
4
game.
for 28 on 8 targets. So they gave him opportunities, but you got to wonder if he was a little bit dinged up with that hamstring problem.
Washington next at Green Bay. They've got 2 road games. Green Bay, Denver, then the bye, and then they face Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Inside the NFL, make sure you tune in this week. Get expert insights, exclusive commentary, and special on and off the field features from the hardest hitting team of analysts in football. This season's panel includes host James Brown, along with Phil Simms, Brandon Marshall, Ray Lewis, Michael Irvin, and Inside's newest addition, Julian Edelman. You can stream new episodes of the Emmy award-winning studio show Tuesdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, exclusively over on Paramount Plus.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.